Alright, let's start the morning. So, we're going to be looking at GameStop again today, just because it has the potential to go crazy here, so you always got to keep it on watch. I took a couple trades on it this morning in my other account, uh, down a little bit, but not too much. I took trades closer, to 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. So it dipped a little bit. I didn't get this trade here coming off 7 o'clock from 118 to all the way up to 128. I unfortunately did not get in on that trade. Um, but hopefully we'll see some more volume coming in the morning. So we're getting decreasing volume on the 1 minute here. So ideally, we'd see this break back over 129, push up through 130 on increased volume on the 1 minute. We're kind of getting on the 1 minute at least, tighter consolidation here. So higher lows and lower highs, and actually see here. One sec, make sure my bongos are working. Bongos are in fact working. So I kind of got like shook out a lot yesterday when I was trading. If we push over 128 here, it's a good time to buy. So try to buy a few shares, push up through 130. We'll see if we can break this 129 level. Definitely seeing increasing volume on the 1 minute coming in. The 5 minute, this is increased volume too. So we'll take these 10 shares. So this just broke out of the range. So if we don't see the 1 minute here make a new high, I would say that's not a super good sign. So yeah, I would definitely pulling back here. But like I said, GameStop was pretty choppy yesterday, so I would say it's not super out of the ordinary to see this. We'll see how far it pulls down here. It's pushing against 126. We'll see if it pops back up. So hovering that 126 to 127 area. So I think I got filled, yeah, 128.50, so pretty high. But we were seeing a nice break of this area here. Sell off 5 shares. So I'm going to be holding 5 shares here because we're still holding in a good spot. So we should be able to rebound here and make the move through 130. Yeah, in the future today, I mean, in this particular situation, it had been consolidating for quite a while. And then it was coming in on high volume, making the breakout up towards 130. So I took the trade. But the majority of trades I'm going to take today are going to be dip trades, just because it seems like those have been working out significantly better in the last day or two. So that's what I'm going to be going for. And then kind of besides GameStop, the other low floats this morning, I'm not really seeing anything super good, so I just keep looking at GameStop this morning. And so yesterday I was very focused on GameStop, and I kind of ignored all of the other stocks that were popping up. So today I won't necessarily ignore the other low floats that are coming up, but I am probably going to try to focus on GameStop since it has the highest potential to move here. We got ascending support, so as long as it stays above, 126. 25, 126.50, we should be good here still. We're still looking fine for the move up. If it breaks down, we'll just sell off our shares. I only have 5 shares right now, so not anything too crazy to lose here. If we start moving up, we'll maybe add some more shares on as we come up to 130. Pushing up towards 128 again. So coming back up to this level that we tapped earlier and we couldn't push through. A lot of selling coming into it. We'll see if it can push over this level. So tapped again and pulled back again. I have a feeling that we'll probably break through here. We just need some buying to come in. So on the 5-minute, we've had 2 5-minute candles in a row now. Tap this. Yeah, so we just broke through. Small breakthrough to 129. A lot of buying orders going into 129. See if we could push up through 130 here. So folding over again. This is like the story of GameStop in the last day or two, where it's just like, you know, it makes a little breakout. You see a lot of buying coming into 129.40, and it's just holding, man, holding hard. So we'll see if it comes up further, but it's been a struggle for these breakouts here in GameStop, and it's never just been clean. It's been breakout, hold the level, pull back some, you know, re-break the previous level again, pull back. It's just been super choppy. Buying coming into 29.40 again. This 40-cent level is holding strong. I don't have my level 2 up, but bring it up real quick and see what we're dealing with at 129.40. So it looks like we're pushing back up again. See if we tap 129.40 for a third time here.
I remember this morning.
Going on.
So, what are the moves?
GameStop looking okay today.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
You said 129 is what that?
Yeah, 129 here.
What's your P&L?
I don't know, down like $5.
What?
Yeah, I'm down $5 right now.
That's a quick pullout.
I still have 5 shares. I'm expecting it to move up here through 130.
5 shares.
Dude, it's bongo shares, man.
Oh, you're doing the bong? Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
respect
I got
that.
the bongos today.
If you're on light speed, you're doing 5
Oh
shares.
no,
I got
no,
to
definitely
punch you
not.
off.
Yeah. All right, so pushing up again here. We're like literally just like right under this level. For some reason, we can't break it. 129.50 here. I really want to see the move up through 130. This is like the tightest consolidation under this level. We've had 3 1-minute candles, all within, you know, $1 of each other, which is like almost unheard of on GameStop.
Is that good or bad?
What?
Is 3 candles good or bad? Like
I mean,
within.
it's good because it's breaking out and it's holding. It's just we want it to break out further. You know, it's like broke out like 20 cents and it's just like holding.
I see.
All right, we're pulling back a little bit here. So just you know, refueling for a little bit of a drop here. Get some more people to buy in at a little cheaper price, and we'll get some strength to go through 130 here. Still, I mean, as far as like support lines, we're good down to like, you know, 127 here. So, but I would say even like a pullback down to like 126 or 125 might happen. I'd still probably be willing to hold through it since I'm only holding 5 shares at the moment. do want it to go through 130. Pushing back up. Yeah, I took like a couple trades on light speed this morning, and I'm down like a little bit, but not really too much, like $50 or something. I didn't take this trade at 7 o'clock, unfortunately.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like it did much except for that one big bump. Or not
Yeah,
big, but too
again, I
small by
bought
good.
like at 4 in the morning when it was like coming up, and I got wrecked on the first drop. So yeah, I'm down like $50, but other than that, I was just like, this thing isn't moving. So went back to sleep for a little while, woke back up.
What? That's how trading works.
Dude, it was like 4:30, and like the thing just like hadn't moved in like
But it
half an
could have
hour,
moved.
and I was like, this thing ain't doing anything.
It could have moved though.
It could have, and I was willing to take that risk.
You're like, fuck that, I went to sleep. Or you could just woke up at what
I
happened
was
at
like, I
7?
woke up at 4, and this thing didn't even have the respect to move up.
If you would have closed yesterday, you would have gotten a free like 15%.
Yeah, yeah, it opened like $10 up this morning, something.
Yeah.
Like $10 up.
And now if you held overnight, you'd never be able to sleep.
Yeah, holding overnight, it's too spooky.
I mean, holding for more than 5 minutes is pretty spooky for you too.
Gotta hold for short periods of time, David. Short periods of time, higher share size, easy. All right, pushing back
You
up to
press out your phone call.
129.50 again. Come on. This thing has tapped this level like 6 times now. All right, here we go. Now we're moving. Now we're cooking with fire. Pushing up to 130. Moving is much less volatile today than it was yesterday. Um, Moves are significantly slower. We're not seeing like massive $3 spikes down and up, which, is good and bad. See if we get to break through 130 here. I'm still expecting a move up through 130, so we just dropped. I'm going to try to buy a few shares here on this dip. We'll see if the dip actually works out for me. Yesterday, the dips were really nice. They got bought up like almost immediately, so I'm going to try to take some more dip trades today. So where'd I get in at? My average is $28.15 at the moment. So I'd like this to pop back up to 129. Dips aren't getting bought up like as strongly at the moment, but we'll see how this turns out here. If we push back above 129 towards 130, I'll take a few shares off. And the spreads are p big this morning. So. Yeah, the fills I got on this dip are not not spectacular. Yeah, dip to 126 or 127, and I got filled at like 128 as I was buying down into it. Not great. Spiky just moved up $1 and then down $1. See how it ends up holding here. Oh, just dropped $2. See if it holds up or it folds over. I might have to sell these shares off. Yes, this was like the first real like hard dip of the day, and I was hoping that it would get bought up, you know, uh, stronger than it definitely is at the moment. So might end up down a few bucks here. I would say we're still looking okay as long as we're holding above like 125 here. Selling down into 126. It's broken down into the 125s now. We'll see if it starts getting bought back up. My TD's lagging a little bit here. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to hold here as long as it stays. You know, now it's tapped 126 two times here on the 1 minute candles. Hasn't really dropped below it very much, so we can continue holding above that. That would be good. All right, we just dropped. We're down now to 125.25. So we'll see how this looks from here. If we try to take a dip trade again today, we'll probably I would like my fill to be a bit better. The fills for this dip were not good, so ended up close to $1 higher than I thought I was going to get filled at. Pushing against 125. So we're gonna have to cut some of this here. Let's just tap the view app. See if it gets bought up from here. Yeah, so quite the dip down here to view up. And we'll see if this ends up holding up here. If it comes up through 126, maybe we'll take some more shares for the bounce back up. It does seem like it's folding over a little bit again, so. Coming up a little bit here. Back into 126. Yeah, a little bit shaky down here in this area. There's a big red candle on the 5 minute there. So not looking too great. Down at $60. Feels bad, man. See if we can make it back. On the low float front, LIXT, coming up a little bit right now, but still quite a ways below its high of day, so I'll probably wait to see if I'm going to take a trade on that. Oof, man. Spiked back down to VWAP here. Like pushing into 124 pretty hard. I'm going to take these shares off. Got this double tap down here at 124, so I'd be worried at this point that it breaks down through it. I don't want to get caught in a drop back down below view up here. Yeah, definitely unfortunate time to take my first trade here. Not spectacular. So I kind of held it a little longer than usual. I tried to buy on this dip down here to 127 because dip trades were, pretty good yesterday. It seemed like most of the time when it dipped, especially coming off of like a breakout, it would immediately pop back up. This dipped and then just continued dipping. And now we're breaking below view up, which not spectacular. We'll see if it keeps pushing down here. Down near this 120 area might be a time to maybe take some shares if it does push down a little bit further. So we might get the pop back up. Yeah, so it came down to 121, popped back up to 122. So on this 1 minute candle, let's look at the high of this one. High is 1 minute so far is 123. Just came off of a real hard dip, so kind of want to keep an eye on what's happening or what's going to happen with it now. Still holding below view up. We'll see if it starts to come back up. Otherwise, just watching the scanners too. LIXT still coming up a little bit. Just coming up to $7 right now. Yeah, just slowly moving up. Still quite a ways below its high of day. Just had a pretty good move up, so maybe wait for a little bit of a 5-minute dip on this, and then buy maybe when it's coming back towards its high of day. Switch her up. GameStop still dropping. Just came down into the 120s. So it is dropping on lighter volume though. So that's like the one good thing we could say from this drop here. The highest volume candle so far today was the push up to 130, and it unfortunately failed in that push. And then yeah, this rejection we're getting is that failed push through 130. So we'll see if some more volume starts coming into this. It's getting bought back up. Just hit 123. It's coming through this 123 level, which is the last like green candle that folded over before this last dip. So see how it holds against view up here. So ideally we don't want to see it, staying beneath view up. Maybe, just popped up to it. Maybe in a candle or two we break over it, and then we want to hold over view up. So just came over view up, pulled back. Yeah, now I'd kind of be a little bit afraid of it coming back down and pushing down through 120, as it's just dropped a lot. But also kind of want to keep an eye on it just so that if it comes down and then puts in a new higher low, maybe get some shares from the dip here. So we'll see what it pushes down to. So yeah, pushed down to 2250 and then got bought back up to 23. It seems to be getting bought up. Seems to be getting bought up pretty good here. So maybe I'll take some shares on the come up through 124 here. Just had quite the dip, so hoping for this rebound through VWAP. What's going on, Omni? Right now, I am getting wrecked by these stonks. Got wrecked yesterday too, so. Yeah, kind of just sideways around this 123 area. It dips again and then holds above 122 again. Yeah, too much. Yeah, if it holds above 122 and it dips again, then I'll buy some shares, hoping for this bounce up through VWAP. But we'll see. Still very low volume on all of these candles. So just push down to 122 again. See if it holds above the last red candle. Holding below 122. See if it pops back up here. Alright, so I'll buy a few shares. God, dude, this fill is terrible. Christ. The ask was like 1250. I don't know how I got filled at 123. It's brutal. And it was at 122.50. So yeah. So now because I got filled at an absolutely horrendous price, I gotta be careful here. So if it drops down below 121.50, we gotta sell off like pretty much immediately. Otherwise, we can hold for this potential move back up through VWAP here. Yeah, and we would want to see some volume coming in. So also coming into 8 o'clock, we'll see some more traders jump on. So hopefully we'll see some increased volume at 8. So that's a minute and 15 seconds. So just push down, tapped off 121.50. See if it pops back up here. Yeah, so we really wanted to hold this 121.50 area. And if it comes down through there, there's the expectation that we'll drop below our previous low of 120. So. My cost base is currently fairly high just because, yeah, just got very, very bad fill when buying here. So I feel like all other stock purchases I will make today, I'll just try to buy on the bid. And if I can't buy on the bid, then probably not worth it. Because buying on the ask was a very poor decision in this scenario. So 15 seconds to 8 o'clock. We'll see if we get any increased volume here at 8. 2,500 share buyer on 122. Spread is massive, 90-cent spread at the moment. Right, so just hit 8 o'clock. Seeing a little bit of buying coming in here, but not a crazy amount of volume. And now we're selling off a little bit. Yeah, alright. Sell off here. Yeah, I feel like my TD is just like hella laggy right now. Kind of a big seller on 123, so We'll see how this holds up down here. So we just put in another new low. Yeah, it's just GameStop so choppy today. So choppy, and also choppy going into the wrong direction. So I'm gonna wait until we get a more significant move up, just because right now it looks like it's pushing lower here. It's kind of not what I want to buy into. So just pushed below the previous low here. Not too much of a breakdown, but just a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna keep GME on watch, but probably trade something else for a little bit. So we have LIXT here, which is like the leading low float stock. I don't see any news on it. Or was there news yesterday? There are reports that it will present its anti-cancer therapy enhancer at some conference or something. I guess that's the news, but that also happened 2 days ago, so I don't know why it's going up now. But that's fine. So this one's kind of just been grinding up on the 5-minute. 5 minutes look a little extended, not anything too crazy. This last green candle was kind of big, so might want to wait for a little bit of a pullback before we buy into this. And then on this, we'll probably buy into the move up through 775 with the expectation of it, breaking 8, coming back up to this level, but had a massive sell-off at 8, so definitely something to be aware of coming into that $8 range. That there's someone who might just be holding it down here and is going to sell us through the floor. So definitely something to be aware of. And getting a little bit of a dip here on the 1 minute. Like it to hold above 725 here. So I'm going to take a few shares for this bounce off 725. As long as it holds above 725, I think we're still looking good. And this thing has been holding its moves, fairly well. It's been essentially like staying, playing by the rules here, making breakouts, holding the breakouts, dipping, but dipping to a level that's still above the previous breakout level, and then continuing on with that. So, yeah, if it breaks below 725 here, I'll probably take some shares off. But as long as we hold above 725, we're looking good. As I say that, breaks below 725. Does get bought up pretty immediately. We'll see if it holds above 725 here. Yeah, so this might be an instance where we'll have a 5-minute setup rather than a 1-minute setup, but I bought for the 1-minute setup just to see if we can start making this move back up through 750 here. And like I said, as far as the 1-minute chart goes, this thing has been, immaculate. It's like textbook breaking out, holding its level, a little bit of a consolidation period, breaking out again, holding the breakout level, another breakout, holding the level, and so ideally we'd want to see continuation of that with this next move. But if it breaks down below 725 here, on the 1-minute chart, it's not looking as good, but on the 5-minute, it's still like a perfectly valid setup. So sell these shares, wait for a 5-minute setup now that it broke below 725. And new 5-minute candle just started. 732 is going to be the high for this 5-minute candle. And we're going to want to buy on the next 5-minute candle that passes over this high. So if you look on the 5-minute here, we have a really big fat green 5-minute candle. Pulling back a little bit, holding above 690 here is really good. seems to be holding above that, and then we'd want to buy on the next 5 minute candle that breaks over this level. And if this candle ends up, coming all the way back up, then we'll probably try to buy on the way up through 771, or we'll look for a 1 minute setup inside this 5 minute candle to figure out where we want to buy. Last 1 minute candle, pretty big, very high volume. I think actually highest volume candle of the day, unfortunately, which is not usually what you want to see. So might expect to see another little pull down here, but just keep an eye on it. METX popped up, but it's not moving very much. Yeah, METX. So it's 20 million share float. Just popped up, came up about 60 cents here. Made another breakout, but that breakout was only about 20 cents. So it's not like not huge moves being made by this stock here. So we'll keep an eye on it, but unless this thing starts getting, higher volume here coming into it, then I don't know if we'll take a trade on it. And GameStop's still just pulling back, so it just broke down below $120. Gonna have to wait a little bit before we take another trade on that. Yeah, it's pulling back real hard at the moment. METX here, making a little false breakout 1 minute candle. We'll see if it comes back up to hold the level here. Besides METX, I mean LIXT just pulled back significantly. So we're gonna want to see this put in a 5 minute setup before we actually buy on this. And it's still pulling back a little bit, so it's definitely gonna be a little bit before we see something from that. This 1 minute candle closing below 316 is not good, but if we see it come back up, still looking okay on this. But again, I mean, this breakout was 15 cents, so not huge moves being put in by METX at the moment. If I was going to take a trade on this, I'd like to see it be moving a little bit more, and also, we're getting some high volume on these candles that, like this candle with this massive wick, made a decent move on the breakout and then pulled it all the way back, and it's a fairly high volume candle, so it's not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Yeah, nothing is really looking that good this morning. It's very unfortunate. I was hoping GameStop would have some follow through, but seems to be, coming back down. It made a decent move at 7 o'clock. It's pretty much pulled back that entire move at this point. So I think if we're gonna take a trade on GameStop, we're gonna need to see this thing come up a bit more. When it's showing like such signs of weakness, where it's like all of its highest volume candles on the day are red candles, I'm hesitant to take a dip trade on it because it could turn around on us really quick, really quick. And METX coming back down. Let's see how LIXT is holding up. LIXT, just put in 3 red candles, a very small green candle, and then 5 red candles on the 1 minute. So not great. It's still holding above VWAP though. So I might take a trade on it over 7 here. Now we're getting the first decent looking green 1 minute candle. So take a trade up on this above 7. We just started a new 5 minute candle, so as long as this 5 minute candle holds above the low of this previous 5 minute candle, 669, then we're still looking okay. So this is like a first 1 minute candle to make a new high inside of a 5 minute candle. So we kind of waited for, two 5 minute red candles. They made quite a big pullback here, but are still holding above VWAP. And then we took a chance on this first 1 minute candle to make a new high here, with the expectation that it'll start off this candle and this next 5 minute candle will become a green candle. But we just pulled back this breakout, unfortunately. So a little false breakout in the 1 minute. But as long as this 5 minute candle holds above 670, then we're still good holding here. But yeah, you definitely don't like to see this 1 minute breakout here just pull back. It's definitely not a good sign. See if we can get some some volume back into the stock, and see if we can get to push back up here. If this next 5 minute candle folds over and it goes under VWAP, then I would suspect it's going to be a very long time before we get another setup that we'd be willing to take a trade on. We got some buying volume coming into this. We're pushing back up towards $7, which is good to see. If we can push above 7 here and hold above it, then we're looking good for a move back up here. I'll probably take some profits off at 730. So I'm holding 30 shares right now. So I'll probably take some profits off at 730, and then we'll look for a 1 minute pullback, and then a retest of the trend here, and then we'll buy more if we can find a place to buy. So yeah, we'd like to see this 1 minute candle. Whoop, it's folding. This 1 minute candle that just made the breakout over $7. That would have had to have held there. It sold off pretty significantly, so I don't think it's going to make it back up before the end of this candle. But ideally, we would have wanted to see that hold that $7 level. So we might see some selling off here. So a little choppy down here on these 1 minute candles. But again, as long as it's holding above 670, we're still doing okay. So as I say this, pushing down to 670, just broke through it. Is it going to hold below 670 here? Or are we going to get bought back up? Looking a little rough down here. Very choppy 1 minute candles. So we had, false breakout 1 minute, false breakdown 1 minute, false breakout 1 minute, and now another potential false breakdown. So it's kind of like the opposite of what you'd see. This is like making like lower lows and higher highs in each direction, where as far as like consolidation, you'd want to see the opposite. And this is pushing down now towards VWAP. Take off some shares here just in case it does crash down through VWAP. Yeah, so tapping VWAP. Sold coming into it. If we do end up, so I'm still holding 5 shares, but yeah. So I mean, this 5 minute candle had just broken down, close to VWAP here. So you kind of don't want to. You don't want to get caught if it breaks below VWAP and then everyone starts selling off. So it held up here, but it's still very close to where VWAP is. And we kind of don't want to get caught in a drop down. But I mean, it still looks okay as far as 5 minute setups now. This break over 710. This is the previous 5 minute candle. It just started another 5 minute candle here. If we move up, or 710 rather, if we do move up through 710, The next 5-minute candle top is 732. So if we can break through both of these levels, I think we have a good chance of moving up through $8. So at this point, we just gotta watch and see where we're going. GameStop looks like it maybe just leveled off down at $116. So we'll see what it ends up doing here. It's pushing against 116. It's holding up there, but all right. LIXT, on the other hand, is coming back up. But yeah, I mean it's having a time. Every time it touches one of these levels here, it's just pulling back hard. So I don't know if this is people taking profits or shorts trying to sell out of these levels here. But it's definitely having a very difficult time every time it's touching these levels. So this break over 710, it looks like it got to like $7.12. You would expect on a new 5-minute candle breaking over a previous 5-minute candle to make a solid move if it's going to push up that far. And this one is just folding over. It's the same thing with these 1-minute candles. Every time we made breakouts here, they just immediately got sold into, which is not what you want to see. So really unfortunate because the rest of this move here looked super good. It made a great move. Had a normal looking pullback. Consolidated. Then made another good move. Made another good move here, and all of these pullbacks, look, they're very predictable, I guess. They kind of keep in a tight range. All of the red candles are almost fully encapsulated by the green candles behind them. Like these are amazing looking pullbacks, and then we just have this, and then all of these choppy 1-minute candles here. So yeah, maybe shorts have just started coming in here, thinking that this is going to be the high of day. But so definitely not the prettiest looking chart at the moment. This 5-minute candle is coming back up to the 710 level that we saw it tap before. And we'll see if if people are selling into that again. So yeah, coming up, tapped it. Look. Looks like it's holding above 710 a little bit better than last time. But we'll give it a second to see what happens here. So if this is, shorts selling into these 5-minute levels, we would expect if we see a breakout over the points that they've been shorting at, we expect to see people trying to cover. So usually what ends up happening is you have a very hard time getting over levels, certain levels. But then once you break that level and it looks like you are holding above it, then the shorts will have to cover their position, and you end up getting an even stronger move up through the next level. So yeah, what we should see in this scenario is if it seems like we're holding over 710, the next time we push up through 730, we should see, if it is shorts, we should see people covering, and we'll get a strong move up through it. But it looks like we're coming back down below the 710. So this is the second time this 5-minute candle has broken this level and then pulled back. And it's closing, 5-minute candle is closing in 15 seconds, so want to see it close above 710. But it doesn't look like it is. Quite unfortunate. Oh, GameStop's making a move right now, dude. Alright. LIXT moving up. Still having a rough time at points here. So this is a new 5-minute candle. High of the last 5-minute candle right here, 727. We'll see how it looks coming into this, but I've not seen great follow through on these moves, and I got chopped out earlier, so I'm still holding like 5 shares. But yeah, I got chopped out on this move here. This was the new 5 minute candle, breaking over the previous one, uh, and it just completely fell apart on the move back down. So makes me kind of second guess buying into 727 here. We are seeing increasing lows, higher lows, so that is a good sign. As long as we hold this line here, nice little diagonal line. All right, pushing up above 730. So we tapped this. We went just broke through and made it above this previous 5 minute candle. Made it 1 cent above, which is kind of what we've seen in some of these other ones. Where it moved like broke through 1 cent and then immediately got sold into. So yeah, not something you love to see. But it does seem to be grinding higher right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing. I'm gonna sell my last share here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this turn around and we get like a nice like a 5 minute ABCD pattern. So if we look on the 5 minute chart, so we got to move down. We're getting a little bit of a move up, but we're having a hard time breaking some of these levels. So maybe we need to consolidate a little longer. We're kind of get decreasing volume. So we had increased volume on this green candle, which is good, but still less than these two red ones. So yeah, I don't know. It's this one definitely could go either way. We'll see how it fares in this 730 level. But yeah, I'd like to buy on it. Coming up through this previous. It's not the pre-market high, but it's like a pivot here. So made a really nice move up through here. So we'll see if we can get a breakthrough highs here and then get a move back up to the pre-market high. So keep an eye on it. Still kind of just consolidating underneath this 730 level. It's not really doing too much. Check out GameStop while we're here. This is on the 5 minute. So we had a nice move at 7 o'clock. Quite a few dips here, held above. I bought going into this move to 130, and then got caught in this pullback here. And then I tried to take a dip trade as it dipped down here to 127 for the expectation of the bounce back up on the 1 minute. So we got this massive dip here, and I tried to buy the bounce off this dip. It did not bounce. So I got caught in two rough trades here, hoping for this break over 130, and then yeah, with a bad dip trade. So it's just been pulling back for the last 40 minutes at this point. Got a little bit of a bounce here, but now we're coming back down. So I don't love the look of this chart, and I would definitely like to see it at least come back above VWAP if I was going to take a trade on it. There was this chance here where it was consolidating right under VWAP. It would have been nice if we saw it break over, but it sold off here. So probably going to be a while before I take a GameStop trade. And then LIXT was what we were just watching. Seems to be selling off a little bit under this 730 level. 5 minute candle is about to close. This 5 minute candle closed significantly lower than. So it made this breakout over the previous 5 minute candle here. And then, has closed down pretty significantly. So kind of like I said, I would expect to see another little pullback and then maybe a little bit more sideways consolidation, and then we'll get a nicer 5 minute break, maybe through this 730 level up through this previous high, and then a move back up to the pre-market high, which is way back here. So keep an eye on this. Still looking all right though. Still looking good. Then METX came up. We were kind of watching it here, and it didn't really look like it was moving too much, so we didn't end up taking a trade on it. But now it's pulled back pretty significantly. So yeah, this is gonna have to make a pretty significant move up if I was gonna take a trade on it, and also I'd like to see some more volume coming into it since the volume has pretty much been cut by a third or more since these green candles back here, which is unfortunate. Oh, GameStop. I really wanted GameStop to pop off yesterday or today, but yeah, it just wasn't in the cards, it seemed like.
Well, I mean, there's still time. The market's literally having so.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the bigger moves that we saw in GameStop was pre-market the first time it went crazy. Um, except for, that massive dip. Thing was huge. Yeah, if we look back, oh, hourly chart is too. It doesn't see back far enough. All right, how are we looking here? Let's see. So, I feel like aftermarket and pre-market were just like crazy times here. But also, I mean, look at this thing, dude. What an insane move this made. High of 480, low of 113. Jesus Christ.
I was there, I know.
What do you say?
I was there, I know.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
I thought I dropped to like 50 or something on the hold down.
What happened?
I thought I dropped to like 50 on the hold down
Uh,
when it went from like 500 to
nah,
50.
yeah, it only went to like whatever 110 here, I think it says, or 115. Yeah, it didn't drop
Oh,
below 100 because I remember because Aaron bought like close to 100, and then it moved like immediately back up to like 250.
it's free money. Spot the dip, dude. That's smart.
So we're right here. We just moved up. We're looking good. On this day it hit 157, then pulled back. Hovered around 100. This is what we need. We need this candle right here to happen today. So I have high hopes. It's actually crazy how little volume there was on some of these more volatile days.
I
On
mean,
like
there's
this
only like,
move, from like at a low of 180 up to 500, it probably had only not even like a quarter of the volume as the move from 100 to 200.
that's a big candle.
Yeah, the volume's kind of weird on this. I didn't actually look at it before. Very strange.
I feel like all the shares just get tied up and it's like
Yeah, I
few
mean,
shares that are available for trading out
yeah, I
there.
guess that
Everyone's
has
just
to be
holding.
it, right? It's just like there was so much more buying than there was like shares available. So it's just like no, I guess just like this little amount of buying and this demand for shares just pushed it up so much. Well, we'll see if it happens again. I mean, this
I
was
guess we will.
making pretty decent moves so far. This one day it went from $50 to 200, so looking good right now. um, if you look here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we have some lines here.
What?
Draw some lines. Got this 4-hour line here. Easy. And yeah, boom. We're consolidating. So all we need to do is break over 160, and then we have no resistance up to what we got here. We have so much resistance, God. It's actually
How many
crazy. It's just like
ohms?
we've made such a big move, and then look at this little baby move compared to this. Let's
Your
see.
lines are just showing up on my screen now.
What is?
Your lines are just showing up on my screen now.
Oh wow, it's be laggy.
Yeah.
Got no boys in the stream this morning.
Got no boys. Yeah, gentleman's not here, and Carl's not here either. Omni was here earlier.
Earlier, what time?
I don't
Like
know.
7:15.
No, like 7:30. He like just dropped in and said hi.
Nice.
How's it going, man? It's like, how much earlier?
Hey man, I've been awake since 4. I've been out here.
Yeah.
You said you went back to sleep, so I don't know if that counts.
That is true.
Oh, it wasn't moving at 4.
I was up from like 4 to like 4:30, and then I was like, screw this. And I went back to sleep for like an hour and a half, and I woke back up at 6.
That's the way, Cody.
Yeah. Taking my shots on GameStop, and I'm just getting busted up over here, dude.
Just imagine waking up at 4 a.m. to watch something not move for 2 hours.
Luckily, David, I don't have to imagine it because I've done it for 2 days in a row.
He's like, imagine it. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I've been out here. I've been living that life. Let's see here.
It's kind of like,
LIXT.
I was like how your parents are always like, oh yeah, back in the day, I wake up at like 3 a.m. and walk to the coal mines and I didn't get back into whatever. And you're gonna tell your kids
Uphill
like,
both ways.
yeah, back in the day, I had to like, yeah, climb these graphs uphill both ways and
Yeah,
downhill.
they do. They
Like,
are uphill both ways.
yeah, well, they're downhill both ways somehow. But it's like, oh, how do we
Like,
go 4 a.m. to trade these stocks to lose money? Like,
it's only uphill when you fucking sell it. After you sell it, it goes uphill.
That is 100% true.
true.
I had to get up early, put on my banana suit.
You know how it is. One day I'll tell my kids about this. I'm just
Be
kidding.
able to
I'll
find it.
never tell my kids about me wearing a banana suit.
You gotta work 2 jobs, just make ends meet. You know, that's a classic story.
Except for, yeah, none of us are gonna have that excuse. Had to work 2 jobs just to get another motorcycle because I only had 2. Had to work 2 jobs to get a Corvette because I only had 1 car. But Dad, did you live in New Hampshire? Yeah, didn't matter. Wanted a Corvette.
Struggle out here, dude.
Yeah.
Struggle. You know, if GameStop goes the right way, maybe I will get a Corvette.
I'm praying for you,
I'll,
man.
I'll go in with you on Corvettes if it goes up.
If we go
These
up
go up
to
a lot,
$130,000, you know, which is the projection, of course,
that's the kind of number I like to hear, Cody.
then yeah, I'll buy Corvettes for everyone.
If it's 130, yeah, I'll buy you multiple Corvettes. Do a round of
I
Corvettes.
just wanted to go back up to like, I'm not asking for much, like 250. That's all I wanted to go up to.
Want the double?
Yeah, I just wanted to double. It's already doubled a few times. Why can't it just do it one more time for me?
Dude, that's what I thought when I bought it. It just fucking tanked. The double for like 5 days in a row. I'm like, oh, let's just get in on this. It's just like, psych.
Psych. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been lame the last, you know. At least pre-market's been pretty weak yesterday and today. I guess yesterday, leading into the market open, it was looking much better. So, let's see. Yesterday, so we put in a low at 740 here, and then pretty much it trended up after 820. So how we looking? 815 it started going up. So is that a sign? Should I buy?
Probably.
Same as yesterday, am I right?
I mean, GameStop's back at 121.
They were much choppier candles though yesterday. Like you have this candle here. It's like 145 to 160. I feel like today, we have this one candle, but most of them are like, this is one candle, 118 to 128, and then the rest of these candles are like $1 or $2. So much less volatile this morning. breaking over 123 here. Actually looking pretty
Yeah,
nice at
nice.
this break.
What's the other two lines on the VWAP thing, like the top and bottom one called?
The top and bottom of the VWAP, I don't know. I took them off my chart.
Okay.
I have like this is like this VWAP. This is 200-day moving average. This is 50-day, and then or 50 candle, and this is 2. Or no, this is 5, I think. 20. Okay, so 20, 50, and 200 I have. So it's like if I look at like daily, I have like the 200, so I can see what like the 200-day moving average is. The 200-day moving average is 22 right now, so I don't think that's really an indicator of anything at the moment. Not quite the indicator I was hoping it would be.
That's what I love about these stock markets. There's all these like really smart economists coming up with like these crazy like indicators and stuff like that, and like they're just useless.
Yeah, they just mean nothing to like these meme stocks.
I mean, even for normal stocks, I'm not convinced they fully work.
Yeah.
But
Let's see if GameStop holds above VWAP here. Just took a while to reclaim some of this area. Yeah, it took quite a drop here. Quite a drop.
should have bought it. The dip.
I tried to buy the dip when I thought it was only going to dip a little bit.
That
And
was a
then
big dip.
I got
Big
fisted.
dipper.
So, you know.
Keep averaging down.
Yeah. I mean, averaging down works really good until it doesn't.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're 3 times your normal position and even further down than your lowest price. And I could see GameStop just like all of a sudden just get pissy and just drop to like $90 for no reason.
That's a dip. You gotta buy it.
Mm.
See?
Yeah, maybe if I get, I'm not like, I would say I'm not super good at buying dips, like spotting those dip opportunities. So I need to like work on that. I need to like go watch some videos or something.
I mean, they're just guessing.
They are guessing, but I mean, I think there are people who are better than it than others. Like there has to be like, like some reason why these people who are good at buying dips buy. Yeah, so I need to get on that grind to figure out. Yeah.
So like that, one guy will tell you how for $5,000.
For only $5,000, he'll tell me how.
Wow,
Yeah,
dude,
I'll
what
tell
a
you
steal!
What a deal, dude! What
God,
a
when you
deal.
think about, yeah, I mean, you made a quarter of that earlier this week, but then I guess you lost it. But
yeah,
see,
Hey,
you wouldn't
I'm
have
still
lost
up.
it.
I'm still up, baby.
Are you back up?
I mean,
I guess you were always up, weren't you?
yeah, I made like
Oh,
1,500,
exactly.
and then yesterday I ended up down a little over 500, and then today I'm down like 150.
If you took the training though, you'd never be down in the first place.
I mean,
David
you are
makes a
right.
great. David makes a great point. Yeah.
When you're right, you're right, David.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. A mere $5,000 to become a millionaire?
Yeah, I mean,
could I
it's
turn
crazy
that
that
down?
he's. Yeah, I mean, really, I'm worried about inflation at this point.
Yeah, everybody's making money so easily.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
GME dropping down. There is really nothing else moving at the moment. Let's see how LIXT is looking. LIXT still chilling. Still holding below 730. I think if it's gonna break above 730 here, though, I think now is the time for it to do it. It's looking ready to rip, you know. But I guess 740 is really the place to be right now. So this is a new 5-minute candle. So if it breaks over, so it already broke over the previous 5-minute candle, and now it's pulling back a little bit. So, but if it breaks over 740 here, it's actually looking pretty nice. Is today the day? I don't know, man. I really hope today is the day. But your guess is as good as mine. Today is definitely not the day for me so far. Um, you know, since I'm down $80 on GameStop so far today. Uh, I didn't buy this dip down here to 116, and I got caught in the drop, unfortunately. So I'm gonna wait until usually when GameStop starts ripping up, it is it has unstoppable volume. So I'm probably not gonna try to take these trades where we kind of have less volatility now, and even though we have less volatility, it's super choppy. As far as technicals on these, these candles are just making breakouts, pulling them back, breaking down, pulling back. There's not really a good way that I can see to determine when something is going to go up or down. Bought at 108. Dang, dude. OP. They're still looking good so far. I mean, I really hope it does turn around today. And I can see it doing that. But whatever, we hit a pre-market high back here of 130, so and we're pulled back down to 120, so it has a lot of room to move back up before I'm gonna be comfortable buying into it right now. And it just pulled back below VWAP after breaking over it, which is it's not really what you want to see. I'm currently holding 0 GameStop. I made some money on it earlier this week, and then lost some money yesterday and today. So, still overall up on the week, but however GameStop has been trading the last 2 days, I have just not been with it. It's just I feel like every move that I've made on it in the last day has just been wrong.
Try to inverse yourself.
What'd you say?
Just gotta try to inverse yourself.
Oh yeah, I know.
That would be a fun.
Well, I did that for a little bit yesterday, and it worked really good.
At least you keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Blackout, I saw that we got those options. I see people on Wall Street Bets talking about all this stuff, but I always take everything Wall Street Bets says with a grain of salt, where it's this person could be a genius and actually know what's going on, or this could be the ravings of a lunatic. It's literally nothing they're saying makes sense, and I don't know enough to refute their point. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the options. I know. We have options expiring today that are, oh, thanks, man. So I know that we have options expiring today, and I would assume a lot of them are at a strike price below what we're at currently. But I also don't know, obviously, the inner turnings of, market makers and people who are, working with these options contracts. For all I know, this big spike that we had a few days ago could have been them, setting up to have to cover these options contracts or something, So, for all I know, we could see a drop today. But I'm going to obviously keep an eye out here. Yeah, dude, I feel you. That's kind of how I feel as well, which is why I've been taking shots on it the last 2 days, even though it hasn't really been clearly moving up, because it's the one time that it does move up, I want to make sure I'm in on it, Going all in banana futures. Can I interest you in some ornamental gourd futures, perhaps? Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to be in it when GameStop starts moving, but also, like I said, the few times that, in the past, 3 weeks that GameStop has actually made, very significant moves, there has been, extremely clear increasing volume, and it's been, extremely, very, very increasing, and, it makes, the first $10 move, in the first 5 minutes, and then it just keeps moving up from there. So, the movements have been, very clear when they have been strong like that, so, I'm probably gonna wait to buy or take any more, shots on GameStop until I actually see like some clear movement upward. And I think I probably wouldn't buy until it gets closer to 130 here. Also, you guys can't see the other guy talking in the chat, so you probably thought I was like talking to myself, but there's a guy who was talking on YouTube who I
Oh,
was responding to.
Ah. So how many YouTube viewers do you have?
I think I have one YouTube viewer, the homie Blackout, which I respect that.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking me out. Dude, my reaction if it was exploded, I'd be hype. I mean, who wouldn't be, dude? That'd be so sick. Me and my friends were in it the last time it went off, and you know, we made a bunch of money. So I think obviously if it goes off this time, I'm going to try to be more aggressive than I was last time. Whereas like last time it was kind of like whenever it was going up, it was like, but really, how much further can it go up? So it was like I bought some, I sold some. I bought some, I sold some. I held like a smaller core position between like 150 and like 350, and then I sold there, and then it like went straight to 500. You know, so I would say if it starts moving like it did last time, where it went up like whatever, I don't even know, went up $300 in a day or whatever it was, I'm gonna try to be a lot more aggressive on it. Oh, I got 3 viewers on YouTube. Dope, dude. Very cool. Shout out to you, YouTube homies. I'm streaming on Twitch as well. If you want to check me on Twitch. Yeah, in GameStop right now, yeah, it's just I'm not willing to take a trade on it until it comes back up. I've also, been hurt before trying to take dip trades on this thing. And I don't really want to take a trade on this at 120 when I know that it has the potential in the next few hours to like drop to like $90. So I don't want to get caught on the wrong side.
you've been hurt before.
I've been hurt before, dude.
Dude, I know.
I
don't know if you forget, your office is right next to mine.
Yep.
Hear about it.
I've been hurt yesterday, dude. I was so hurt yesterday.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, blackout. I mean, that's like what I try to do. Obviously, I like buying on the way up and then taking profit fairly quickly, and then trying to get in when it dips a little bit to like try to get back in close to my original position if I expect it to go higher. But the first time, yeah, dude, 108's a really good position right now. I mean, it seems to be holding above 100, pretty nicely here. So it tapped off 100 here, immediately came back up, broke down through 100, and immediately came back up, and is still looking. I mean, it still looks all right here. This is like could be a very large bull flag if we get a breakout here up back through 160. That's why I have these lines here. So I think you're looking real good. I would be concerned if it broke back down towards 100 on higher volume, which it hasn't really done. Like a lot of the selling has been on pretty light volume. But anyway, like I was saying, like the last time it went up, I was trying to manage my expectations. So I was like buying, taking profit early, and then like when it made like these huge moves, like like $10, $20 moves, like I was like, surely it's going to dip, and then I'll try to get in at like a better position. But like I was like buying, taking profit after like $15, and then it would move up another $15, and then I'd be like, well, I have to buy more now. So, yeah, if it starts going crazy again, then I am going to try to be more aggressive and try to hold on to the profit for longer. And then, similar to what I did last time, get like a core position closer to where we are right now if it does start moving up, and then just hold that. And then yeah, just do like just smaller trades on the way up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any specific like news for Monday or anything. but I would like Monday to be crazy. That would be sick. So this LIXT we were watching earlier, it was just hovering right under $7.30 for like ages. Um, seems to have just broken through it, in this last 5-minute candle and pushed up towards this previous high. Kind of having trouble holding above it though. Yeah, I don't think I want to trade this stock today. It's been pretty choppy. Just like same thing with GameStop. Yeah, I know, dude. I mean, you're telling me, man. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to watch it, dude. I'm not getting any sleep. And like when I am sleeping, I'm like waking up like every hour and checking the time, and I'm like, oh, guys, 4 o'clock yet? Ready to watch that GameStop? And then I wake up at 4 o'clock, I lose $50, and then sit there for 2 hours. But today I went back to sleep. Yesterday I lost a lot more than $50, and then I sat there for 2 hours like an idiot. So, this morning I reevaluated my life choices. Yeah, I think yesterday. So at the end of yesterday, I ended up down $500. I think total. And I worked my way back from a much worse loss. Like I was ready yesterday. I was like, hey, this thing popped off on Wednesday. I'm gonna wake up on Thursday, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna buy as soon as the market opens. And like, it's gonna fly because like, the last time GameStop popped off the pre-market, it like pretty much always pumped, as the pre-market was opening. Yeah, exactly. It's like Christmas, dude. It's like Christmas if people were just like handing you tons of money during Christmas. It's sick. Except it didn't end up being Christmas yesterday. It ended up being terrible. Um, but yeah, dude, I was like, I'm gonna buy right when the market opens. It's gonna pump because it usually pumps, and then I'll just sell it off, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do afterwards and see if like the volume starts coming in and see what's going on. I bought as soon as the market opened yesterday at 4 o'clock in the morning. It went up like $5. I was like, dope, $5. I'm not gonna lock anything in. I think it's gonna pump a little bit more, and then it immediately dropped like $15, and then I had to sell it because I was like, oh, rip me, dude. The spreads were also like it's like $3, $4 spreads. So as soon as I bought, I was down like $4. It's quite unfortunate. Dude, Reddit's been going nuts for like the last month about GameStop. I feel like it's like the weirdest thing. Like even when I'm not signed into Reddit, I like open up Reddit and it's like half the front page is Wall Street Bets posts. And it's just very unusual to see. Yeah, you love the stock. Dude, DFE, that guy's got balls the size of a mountain. A man rode it all the way down to $40 and then doubled down. Just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And it worked out for him pretty well. Obviously.
I'd say so.
So LIXT is coming up again. I didn't want to take a trade on it just because it has been super choppy. It's been turning around really quick, so just watching it. But I mean, it looks decent. It's coming up, just tapped this previous red candle level and kind of fell off from it. So we'll see if it has staying power. But again, I'm probably not going to end up taking a trade on it. I was just watching it because GameStop doesn't really seem to be doing anything, and neither does anything else. I mean, we're looking at like METX earlier today, METX. This thing popped up. It's just pulling back. So, it's whatever. While we're here, I'll rep my scanners here. So, check out oliveguardians.com. You go to the menu, you can see your scanners for low float, medium float, high float stocks, anything that's moved up more than 10% in these. I might change the criteria for high floats, since a high float moving up 10% is like significant. So I might knock high floats down to like 5%, because I think that would be a pretty massive move for any higher market cap stock to make. I mostly just look at the 25 above 25% movers, which is 99% of the time it's going to be low float stocks, and then the movers category, which is just a an actively updated list, that anything that quote unquote is like being actively traded. So if it's moved up more than 8% in the last 5 minutes and has had more than, I think I say 50,000 shares of volume traded on the day. And then it'll just give you the stats on the float and the price and when it moved up and everything. So I get all the stocks that I'm trading. I mean, apart from right now, we're trading GameStop because it's just been going crazy. But usually I get the stocks that I trade from the scanners there. So and if you guys have any like criteria you want me to add to the scanners, or you want me to change something on it, let me know. So I can I can change whatever you guys want, add new categories if you have criteria for a scanner that you want to see or something. So yeah, just drop me a message. I wish I could be staring at the screen all day, but I gotta go to work at some point, unfortunately.
You can still stare at the screen at work.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not
Yeah, I
much
mean, like, you
different.
got the phone up next to you at work, but the trading on the phone is so much different from trading on your machine at home,
Yeah,
It's just
that's what I heard.
like so inferior. I say that, but actually I made all of the money I've made this week has been on my phone, actually.
I feel like your track record says
Yeah,
otherwise.
dude. I think I've made over $2,000 this week on my phone. And I've lost like $1,000 on my computer, so yeah, screw me, I guess.
Sounds like you gotta trade on your phone more.
Yeah, apparently. Maybe it's just like when I'm
Find
trading on my phone, it's like the only reason I would trade on my phone if it's like really popping off, Otherwise, I wouldn't take a shot on anything.
Did a lot yesterday.
What'd you say?
You did a lot of trading yesterday during lunch.
Yeah, well, that was lunch
I'm
crew,
sure
dude.
during
Okay,
outside lunch as well.
let's look at GameStop at lunch yesterday. GameStop at lunch was going strong, dude. Right? Where are we? So yeah, this was around when I started trading at lunch. So just below 12, or just before 12, it went from 130 to 156. Then pulled back a little bit, pulled back from 156 down to 140, minor pullback, and then went from 140 to 184. So I mean, that's pretty crazy movement. So I'm definitely taking trades on that on my phone. Oh wow, really? You do all your trades on your phone? That's impressive. I don't know, dude. I couldn't do it. Like by the time I like, there's a few times where I was trading GameStop where it's like I put in a buy order, I hit send. By the time like my screen loaded, it sent the order, filled the order, and I clicked back to look at the chart. It had dropped like $3. So I just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't love trading on the phone. Yeah, 30 minutes left. Also, blackout. I don't usually trade into the open on my stream. I think I'll start doing it at some point. But yeah, currently I've just been doing pre-market, and then usually I'm only able to trade the open like like 15, 30 minutes, and then I actually have to go to work. So so I haven't really been streaming the open, but I'll stream up until the open. Let you guys know what I think about everything and stuff. And also, this is not a financial advice. It's not telling you to trade anything. I'm just a man in a banana suit with some bongos, just living my life. Yeah. I also really don't like holding into the open, so generally between like 9:20 and 9:30, I don't take any trades because I've seen too many times like you could see that it's like 9:25 or something, and like one person who is holding like a big position will start taking profits, and that'll just be like a chain reaction, and you'll see like a bunch of people start taking profits, and all of a sudden the stock price will drop like 10-15%. So I don't like the like that chance that people just end up just screwing you coming into the open. So I usually wait for the open. I wait like 30 seconds for everything to settle down once 9:30 rolls around, and then take some trades after that. Remortgage your house, put it all into GameStop. That's what everyone should do. But seriously, yeah, no, definitely not financial advice here. That's coming up a little bit, but I mean, it's so hard to trade this. It pops up, sells off, pops up, sells off. Still holding, it just came up through VWAP, but we'll see if it ends up holding above it. So yeah, it's just past 9 now, so some volume coming in at 9 here. Higher volume than, we've had for the last at least 30 minutes, which is nice, but yesterday I got kind of spooked because at 9 o'clock, some buying volume came in immediately, which was really nice, but then within like 45 seconds, the buying stopped and it sold off. And we kind of got caught out a little bit here in the morning. So yeah, I think, this was 9 here. So it was like a similar thing. Nice little green spike coming up. And then at 9 o'clock, it like a little bit more buying, and then it just tanked. So it's kind of what I'd be worried about seeing right now, which just happened as I was scrolled over looking at it. AMC's making some big moves on Monday. I had some AMC calls at one point, but I bought I bought AMC calls when it was at $2.50 at a $5 strike price. It moved up to $5. Well, I sold off half when I hit 100% profit. So I was like, I took off half, so at the very least I couldn't lose more, than I had put into the options. So I had 5 calls still at like $5 strike price, and it came up to $5, and I was like, what are the chances that this thing continues going up? And I was like, you know what? I think I'll just take it. It was up like another 100%. So I was up like 300% on the trade, and I was like, I'll just take the profit, and I'll be happy with it. I took the profit here. I took the profit at $5 this day. The next day, it opened at $20. So, I've made some poor choices. It's very, very disappointing. I feel like the market just knows. It knows when you finally let up, and then it just goes crazy. AMC is still looking good. I'm surprised it held up so well, like it's held its move so well. I know it went up to like, hit 25 or whatever pre-market that one day. And then when the Robinhood stuff happened, it dropped back down, but I mean it's already, it's at $8 right now. I'm pretty impressed it held that much of its move. I thought for sure that it was going to drop like a brick once the trading halted on it and all that stuff happened. I don't really see, is there any news on it or anything? What is this? News on GameStop? Oh, this is Kramer garbage. No, I'm not listening to Kramer. I don't want to hear what he has to say about GameStop. There's some stupid stuff about crypto and GameStop and how they can justify their valuation. I mean, I don't know if GameStop's worth $120 right now. I can't in good conscience say that I think it is. But if it goes up, I'm going to buy it still. Because I think people are still super interested in it, obviously. So Yo, Blackout, if you are still here, how did you find my stream this morning on YouTube? Because I feel like I have streamed a couple times on YouTube, and I've searched for my stream title, and I couldn't even find myself. So I'm actually interested in how you found the stream on YouTube. I thought it was kind of just like a lost cause, and I was like, literally, no one's ever gonna see this. Oh man, GameStop. GameStop definitely not doing as well as I'd hoped this morning. Still hovering just above VWAP, which is nice. Just above it, but sold off, quite a bit coming into 9 o'clock, which I thought was quite unfortunate. I keep on expecting, like, that 9 o'clock Robinhood rush, where it's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Cool. Well, maybe now that I have one person who's seen it, they'll put me somewhere where other people can find me. I appreciate you clicking on it and checking it out, though. It's very, very cool of you, man. Yeah, GameStop just hovering right above VWAP. Yeah, I was saying, like, yesterday morning and this morning, I was like, 9 o'clock, these Robinhood homies are going to come in here, because that's when trading opens on Robinhood, and I was like, they're going to pump this stock, because, like, what they said, like, when it was coming up in late January or whatever, that, like, 50% of people who were on Robinhood owned at least a portion of a GameStop stock. So I was like, it just popped off Wednesday. Thursday morning, 9 o'clock, these Robinhood guys are going to be jumping on this. And then 9 o'clock rolled around and just sold off. So, I mean, apparently I was wrong. But I just find it very strange. I would have thought they would be all over it. Also, Matt, you have Robinhood, right? If you're still here. I just wanted to know if Robinhood like said anything about the GameStop stuff. If they claimed that they were gonna, like stop trading again or something.
Oh, he's out of chat.
He's gone.
Yep.
Gone for
Can
it.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It looks like I'm the only one.
You are the only one. Yeah, it's I really don't see anything that I'm gonna trade right now.
Yeah, I gotta get ready for work.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll see you.
All right, I'll see you at work, man. Yeah, so I mean, GameStop's not really pushing up right now. None of these low floats that I've been looking at have been making really any moves. LIXT kind of, it's been very choppy. This is kind of why I didn't want to trade it. It's been going up, going down, going up, going down. Just a lot of false breakouts, stuff like that. Yeah, dude, Blackout, like I said, dude, definitely appreciate you checking out the stream and chatting. Very nice. It's nice to have people some interaction with chat, so there isn't like a lot of dead time. I feel like sometimes with the stock trading, it's like when stocks aren't moving, you kind of just have to like fill space because you're just like flipping between charts and being like, well, if it goes up to here, I'll buy it. But for right now, I guess I'm just gonna sit here. So you always kind of have to have like some people talking, which is why like my boys are in Discord or whatever. But it's nice to have some chat interaction here. Yeah, everything's fallen. Low floats aren't moving. Even GameStop kind of like isn't really doing anything right now. So I think like now that it's like 9:10, I probably won't end up taking a trade into the open, just because it's so close now. And like I said, I've been hurt before taking a trade into the open and then just having people take profits, in the last 5 or 10 minutes of trading. And sometimes it's like unexpected and fairly volatile if someone's closing a fairly large position. So I might just cut the stream here, because I don't think I'm going to be taking another trade. GameStop is not looking to be, something that I think I'm going to trade in the next 10 minutes here, unless it like literally starts going crazy. and I'm just gonna go get ready for work, trade the open, and then I'll be out. So thanks for hanging out today. I'm here every morning trading. Uh, and like I said, if you check out the Scanners website, if you have anything that you think I should add, any, like I get all of the information from, like my TD API or whatever and Yahoo Finance. So I have all of the requisite information to write like whatever scanners people think I should write. So yeah, if you want to see a certain scanner or you think I should change something on it, just let me know. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope GameStop pops off. I'll let you guys know if I make any trades on it today. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready for work and head out. So